r/AskReddit. What's the weirdest thing a complete stranger has said to you? I'm a server, and as I dropped off the check to one of my tables I said, "Have a great rest of your day," like I always do, and the guy looks at me dead in the eye and says, "You don't give a rit about me, then leave me a 40% tip." Such a weird moment. Guy has his reality in place. Guy was no bullet, but wasn't going to let that make your day worse. I ducks with that guy. I work at a restaurant. I brought a guy his coffee and he said, "Oh, bless you, sir. May your birth control method never fail." Don't worry, sir. My high school health teacher assured me that abstinence has a 100% success rate. Well, there was at one time when me and my cousin were about 10, we were walking around Walmart. We saw a lady with dreadlocks and my cousin asked how to get hair like that. She told us, "You have wear a KFC bucket on your head for 2 months." This is by far my favorite one. Mine too. All of the others can be explained away with malicious craziness, but this one is just whimsical. I was living with 3 roommates and our toilet needed fixing one day. The landlords came by and we showed them to the bathroom with the 2 plumbers they had brought. There were at least 6 people in this room, and one of the plumbers looks at only me and starts speaking in Russian to me. I don't speak Russian. He then says in English, "Oh, you don't speak Russian?" I replied no. He gave me a look and went about his plumbing business. Okay, that was odd. Months later, maybe even a year later or more, I was in a shop at a mall and had been discussing some items with a sales clerk. We'd been talking for some time, and she had an accent that sounded Russian. I have an American accent. Toward the end of our conversation she asks, "Have you ever been to Russia?" I reply no. Okay, not weird, as she's from Russia. But then she says, "There's someone in Russia who looks just like you." I'm mildly convinced I'm a sleeper agent, or that I have a Russian twin. Edit. Damn. Seems like I'm not alone in being mistaken for a Russian. And gold. Neat. Thank you. I'm reticent to post my picture on Reddit, but if it helps, I'm a woman, and this hasn't happened again since dyeing my hair. I sure hope I don't look like Putin. I did inquire a little further with the clerk, and it did not appear to be a celebrity she was talking about. Just a girl in Russia who looked just like me. I may, in fact, look Russian. I'm not aware of any Russian heritage, though. The 2 people you have so far encountered have given you the first trigger words. They are Russian agents tasked with awakening you for your designed purpose. There will be a third. He will give you the final word you need to be unleashed. Be patient. Yuda Cheetoverish. Longing. Rusted. 17. Daybreak. Furnace. 9. Benign. Homecoming. 1. Freight car. Shake my hand. I shake his hand. I just jerked off. Then he walks off, leaving his girlfriend behind. She simply said, "He did," and walked off. 2. Lick your hand and keep eye contact. Assert dominance. Indirect hand jobs are the best hand jobs. I got mugged once in Glasgow as a young teenager. This is how the conversation went. "I'm going to need whatever money you have on you, kid. I got PS20 note but needed to get the train home. How much is your ticket?" "About PS8 or PS9. "Oh, that's alright. I've got change." He took my PS20 and gave me PS10 back. Not a bad mugging by any means. I have translated from Glaswegian regional dialect to Queen's English for all you folks not lucky enough to be born in the central belt of Scotland. Edit. For those that asked. This took place where Argyll Street goes under Glasgow Central Station. I had went through to get a specific CD. Can't remember which. And look at guitars. Hence why I was down there. Whore mate. I go need GRC money. Or wit. Me danger pal. RV only go 20 quid and that's for the train home. Ken. You know buy a return. Nor. Me man dropped me off this morning. How much is your train home then? Dunno. About 8 or 9 quid. Bloody deal like. Say right pal. RV go change here. Warps you to 10 spot. A. Alright then, does exchange. Yeah, Patter's pished by the war. Edit 2. Oof gold tea. I've no idea what to do with this. That was surprisingly nice for a mugging. Yup. I was about 13 over 14 at the time. You get a higher class of lowlife in Glasgow. I was once in a restroom at Disney in Orlando. I was probably either 14 or 15 at the time this happened. I walked into one of the urinals. While I was taking care of my business, another older gentleman walked up next to me and began to use the urinal next to mine. As I zipped up, he asked me how old I was. I told him. He said, "That's not bad for someone your age." To date, this is one of the strangest things to happen to me ever. Oh. Edit. This is my highest voted comment. After the blood, sweat, and tears put into quality zingers, interesting stories, and intellectual discourse, this is what was upvoted by thousands. Now I know how Gineko feels. Edit 2. Thank you for the gold, you cheeky bastards. This must be one of the highest upvote to letter ratios I've seen in weeks. Edit. Y'all can stop singing the alphabet song in my inbox now. At a gas station at 2 AM, a guy yells "Hey" really loud. I think, oh it, I'm about to get mugged. "Hey." He shouts again. I look at him, and he continues, "Were you aware that some guitar player died?" No. He then proceeds to have a drunken conversation about him with me. After what I thought was an amicable conversation, he mugged me. Edit. This was spring 2013. It wasn't in my bag. Still don't remember who the guitar player was, but I'm sure Reddit investigators can figure that out. Serves you right for not knowing the guitar player died. He was testing you. You're going to die tonight. Unless you can tell me the name of the album Joe Pesci put out when he was a little kid. Little Joe sure can sing. Damn it. You're free to go. I got to stop integrating Joe Pesci trivia into my murders. People know more about him than I anticipated. As is a ver for dinner and Siri. I've posted this before, but a guy came up to me once and asked if I had a light for a smoke. Before I get a chance to respond, he says, "No wait, you're too fat to smoke," and walked away. Maybe he meant you are too fat to smoke. Too fat. Too furious. There's 1,000 angry crackheads coming this way right now. I hope you ran like hell. Even if you run, crackheads are like super soldiers, you won't escape alive. Two guys came up to me while I was gassing up my car and asked, "Hey, do you know what the plastic tip of a shoelace is called?" I did and said, "It's called an aglet. One turns to the other and see Aish. I told you." They went inside. I finished putting gas in my car, and just as I'm about to leave, the guy stops me, gives me a Snickers bar and leaves. Wait a second. Why is nobody shocked he knew this? Is this just common knowledge? Am I the weirdo here? How the hell did you know that? Phineas and Ferb. A middle-aged man approached 12-year-old me and a friend. Told us, "You're going to be rich one day," and passed us each a coin. My friend got 50 pence. I got 25 Eastern Caribbean dollar cents. Are you rich now? Not yet. I was at college and this husky guy with an untrimmed neck but asked me what time it was. I politely told him what it was, even giving a smile, and he stuck his hand out to me. Confused. I shook his hand, but he seemed confused, almost startled as he did these weird hand gestures. He whispered, "Oh it. You don't know the handshake," before leaving with a worried look on his face. The campus MLP club needs all new handshakes now. The Van Buren boys needs a new handshake. You have good birthing hips. I'm a guy. Nice try, but you can't fool us. As Shakira would say, the hips don't lie. Then how does she sleep? Old man, what do you call that hair color? Me, red. I guess. Old man, leaning over and stroking my hair. I like strawberries. Let's call it strawberry. I'm imagining that you're a middle-aged man in this situation. It's funnier that way. I agree. Sorry op. You're a middle-aged man now, and you're going to like it. Some guy called my job asking what time we opened. So I told them. Seems normal so far, right? Well, he follows up with, "What if I give you a blowjob? So what time did you open up?" They are now open 24 hours/7 days a week. When I was a kid, I was walking around and found a pile of broken windshield glass. I don't know if I believed it or not, but I yelled out, "Whoa. I just found diamonds." And some extremely old man came from a nearby corner and said, "Hand them over." Lol. The look on his face when he saw me kneeling over shattered windshield glass was priceless. TL. Dr. Hand them over. Slightly related, but when I was a kid I had a vague understanding that oil became money. But I thought it was like changing state. Specifically I thought oil changed state into hard cash. Added to the confusion, I thought asphalt was oil. So, the street I grew up on was crumbling asphalt. I gathered chunks in a barrel of rainwater and checked on it daily to see if it had changed into money. Very disappointingly it never did. Wow. School must have been rough on you. A guy at a bar walked up to me suddenly and asked, "Hey, are you that girl whose brother died recently?" I wasn't, but what if I was? Not the best opening line either way. I went and told a friend about it, and she recognized him as someone who came up to her and a friend at the same bar, and his opening line was, "Excuse me. I'm not attracted to either of you girls at all, but I was just wondering if you have ever tried Google+? These Google marketing executives are getting more and more creative. Hey, are you that girl whose brother died? No, great. Then you can connect with him and all your family with Google+.